and thank you for joining us today. Welcome to our first ever episode of the Cosmopolite Collective. I'm Diana.
And I'm Eryka.
I am Sofia.
And we are so excited for you to join us on this brand new adventure that we're embarking upon. We're obviously learning lighting and logistics and all things podcasting, so we're excited to take you on this journey with us. So to start out, what is our podcast about? The name Cosmopolite Collective.
What is Cosmopolite?
Well, what does that word
mean? Maybe even how do you pronounce it, right? Everyone's always like, it's Cosmopolite. Cosmopolite.
Like, can't even
Cosmopolitan,
say it,
but it's Cosmopolite.
Oh, Cosmopolite.
Yes.
Got it.
So a cosmopolite is basically a worldly person. It's a citizen of the world, someone who's at home in every place, free from prejudices, not provincial. Those are literally the dictionary definitions of a cosmopolite. And I was drawn to this word. I first heard it probably 20 years ago when I was in college, and I had this dictionary app that would send me a word of the day every day. And one day cosmopolite came up, and I was so drawn to the meaning because that is exactly what I wanted to be. Somebody that traveled the world, that was free from prejudices, that, knew about other cultures or had a hunger or desire to learn about what was happening around the world, and to be open to that. So
a citizen of the world.
A citizen of the world.
You know what? I appreciate that breakdown for a lot of reasons. One, because I didn't know what that word meant, but also because I feel like a lot of people are afraid to ask questions when they don't know what something, they don't have the context or they don't have that knowledge. So I always want to be the first one out there to just say, I don't get it.
Yeah, and I'm glad you explained how you pronounce it, because obviously I had trouble saying it, so thank you very much.
We will use the name many times throughout the podcast until everyone gets it. How about that?
Yeah. Love it.
And then the collective part came about. Actually, this was Eryka's brainchild. We were in Thailand, and we were thinking about all of the unique talents that the women who had come on the trip for my birthday had, and we kept thinking about, wouldn't it be so cool if we brought all of these talents to the table? What could we achieve? And so after Thailand, we were hanging out at my house. A few of us were hanging out at my house, and we were trying to figure out, we wanted to kind of leverage the cosmopolite word, but we were trying to figure out how to also incorporate all of these other talents. And Eryka thought, what about a collective? And we thought that was the perfect way to embody what we were trying to do. We're literally leveraging the unique talents of everyone in the collective. And you'll meet a lot more of the folks who are in the collective, people that we want to be in the collective, a lot of interesting people that we'll be interviewing as part of this collective. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, there will be a lot of really cool features, a ton of good experiences. And I think the collective is more about the community. We have a very diverse community of very accomplished women, and we have gone through very different experiences, and we have different reasons why we travel, and how it really changed our lives for the better.
Well, and experience levels of how much we've traveled. Right?
Yes, that too, and different phases of our lives as well. So I hope that you all can relate. And if you're excited about traveling and just scared to, then I hope this motivates you to go out there and explore.
And also, that just kind of gets to what the purpose of the podcast is. We wanted to be able to tell very unique stories about people, and you'll learn more about each of us and other members of the collective as we continue on. But we really wanted to highlight the unique paths that people's lives take, how they got to where they are, where they're trying to go, and how they're getting there. And it's been very interesting and eye-opening just learning, going through the research of the people that we're going to be interviewing and that we're going to be bringing, but also all of the different ways that people travel. We're going to be talking about plus size travel, traveling with pets, traveling after being incarcerated,
or solo travel, and what to do if you get sick while traveling.
work travel. If you have never traveled before,
Yes.
and one of your first trips out of the country is going to Thailand and getting stuck in an airport.
Where
were you? A couple of airports, actually.
Thailand was my first trip out of the country in over 10 years, and my only prior experience before that was Jamaica. So that was very quick, easy.
Mm-hmm.
There was not a lot
they
of
speak
layovers.
English.
They speak English.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I learned that I should not be planning my own travel independently. I should seek the assistance of a certified and educated professional who is good at these things,
or someone who travels a lot.
Yes, or someone who, that's the same thing.
Yeah. Travel
because
with
I'm super good with a road trip. Siri can take me anywhere, but when it comes to booking flights, not so much my thing. So I spent the night in JFK. I spent the night at Haneda. I had one night in Taipei. And then I made it to Thailand 3 days later.
Yes. And it was interesting because she was supposed to be there for my birthday, which is the 30th of December. And she actually flew in on the 31st while we were all in Bangkok celebrating at a New Year's Eve party.
Right.
She flew in to all of the fireworks going off around her. So
and we have videos of that too.
Yes. So we don't want that to be you.
Yeah.
Although I don't think that's a view most people get to see in their lives is, literally coming in from the air and the entire city is just going up with fireworks all around you. There's no way. I don't know for sure that Thailand does not have laws about who can set off fireworks. But
yeah, that's a scary part.
They are not followed if there are.
Yes. And, that trip was so interesting because we had so many experiences. One person on the trip lost their luggage for 5 or 6 days. And we were about to travel to Phuket, and it was a terrifying experience for her. So you learned a lot of lessons about whenever you travel, make sure that you at least have a carry-on bag that has a couple extra outfits for you just in case, as well as the fact that if you're plus size, there's a lot of things that you have to think about while you're traveling, from everything to the size of airplane seats to where you can buy clothes, because let me tell you, in European countries, the sizes are smaller, but in Asian countries, it feels like they're even smaller. So it can be very difficult if you lose your luggage to try to figure out ways to work around that without having to wear the same outfit every single day. So definitely we just had a lot of really interesting experiences.
So many experiences.
Yes, lost passports. There was a lot to be learned.
Squat toilets.
Yes.
Yeah. Me crying in the post office to get my passport renewed in time for my trip during Christmas.
Someone leaving their passport in the shopping cart at the grocery store the day before the trip.
And freaking out.
Yes. So all of those things, we learned a lot. I would never want to have that happen again, but we learned a lot from those experiences. And it also made us closer. We had a WhatsApp group where we were all able to kind of communicate and try to give advice. We had a lot of people who, as Sofia mentioned, are at very different levels of traveling abroad. But there's so many different kinds of experiences that we want to share. And through those experiences, there's so many life lessons to be learned. And that's what we really want to highlight, not just where to travel and how to travel, but the culture, the diversity, the, alternative lifestyles, the exposure to other ways of life and other ways of doing things that have, I know in my case, have changed my life profoundly, have really impacted the way that I think about the world, and things that had been ingrained in me that I don't have to accept moving forward. I know that there are different ways of doing things. And so that's what we really wanted to bring with this podcast. And we're so excited with the lineup for these coming episodes. We hope that you'll be as excited as we are. And on our website, we will also have a blog where I'm really excited for you all to experience Sofia. Her writing is amazing.
Oh, put on the pressure.
I know.
Right
I just had to, see that little pressure there to get writing on those blogs. But we'll have different tips and tricks and different stories that we're going to highlight through our blogs as well. We hope that kind of adds another dimension to what we're bringing to the table. And also we're going to have lots of pictures and videos and a social media presence, so you can see a lot of the reels, see things happening in real time, see things happening behind the scenes, like the cluster of what we're doing right now, trying to put this together.
You should see the setup. It's a little crazy.
Yes, it's very much homemade in the garage type of a setup. But
you know what? You would be surprised what you would see if you could see behind the scenes.
That is true.
Of content creators.
Yeah, that's a great point.
You can't judge yourself.
Yeah,
we're not doing too bad, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
But we're learning, and if you have ideas or things that can help us, we would love to hear that. Whether it's ideas about speakers, ideas about topics, that's one of the things we're really excited to do the research on this. Think of us kind of like as journalists in a way, where we're on assignment and we're going to be traveling to different places and taking you with us and going live from other countries, other cities in the US, road trips all over. And so we would love to hear your suggestions about topic ideas or where to go, or really interesting people to interview. We want to bring
meet
that
along the way. Right?
Yes, exactly. As well as any tips that you have for brand new content creators. So feel free to share that. There's opportunities to connect with us at info@thecosmopolite.com, as well as on our website. So we would love to hear from you.
Yes, and please follow us on Instagram, TikTok, all the socials. We will update as much as possible. And again, like Diana was saying, you could see behind the scenes, our upcoming trips, how we pack, little tips and tricks, and we'll also ask our community for advice and suggestions, and hopefully, in the future, some giveaways of prizes. So stay tuned, and we'll also have merch. So
yes, be on the lookout for merch. I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, I did a lot of travel balling on a budget, so
yes.
I'm going to be able to tell you a lot of what not to do.
How to travel on a shoestring budget.
Where to not stay. Where to not eat. I have a lot of those.
How to travel when you're in college.
Done a lot of that.
Yeah, no budget.
Budget.
Yes, how to travel. You just all kinds of things. Every type of experience you can think about, we've probably, or one of us has probably experienced or done, or will happen. Will have happened at some point. So this will be fun. This will be a journey, and we look forward to taking you with us. So thank you for joining us on our first ever episode of the Cosmopolite Collective Podcast. And stay tuned. We've got a lot coming up.
Yep, and ciao. See you soon.